Hello class, my name is Brian Berthud and this is the video presentation for my research paper. Jumping right in, the main question that I'm going to be exploring is rooted in the topic of immigration ethics, and that is, do we have a right as people to exclude other people based on national origins? The topics that are intertwined with this, we have some creation ethics at work with the equality of created beings. We have some varying aspects of socioeconomic ethics as well as political ethics between the two nations, and then immigration ethics in general and our right to exclude or to allow people to cross easily or readily across borders. The main voices here is going to be just kind of a short, broad term historical relationship or stance when it comes to immigration, and that's just going to be looking at the United States and Mexico in general. And I know that that's pretty broad, so it's going to be zooming into my immediate context, and that's going to be more of California and Mexico, or California and Tijuana, Mexico, where I live, which is in the greater San Diego area in a town called Imperial Beach, and then Tijuana, Mexico, which is the bordering town that butts up against on the beach side anyway of where Imperial Beach is, California, and Tijuana, Mexico. We share borders. So it's a really unique context of where I live. So I could basically walk to the border from my house. It would take me 30 minutes. Driving to the border for me is closer than driving downtown San Diego. And despite, the traffic jams that happen at the border crossing, it's still geographically closer. So I could even drive and walk across the border quicker than I could even drive into downtown San Diego. So my immediate context is that this topic of immigration ethics and what's happening, today is on my front porch. The economic, social, political landscapes of our neighboring nations are polar opposites from one another. I frequently go over to Tijuana, Mexico, and the oppression is very high, the poverty is very high, the corruption of the government officials is very high in Mexico. It is not uncommon. There's probably tens of thousands of families that don't have access to or readable access to drinking water, clean drinking water. Most families, I wouldn't say most families, but a large number of families live in makeshift homes, tarps for roofs or pallets, palletize those wood pallets for doors and walls and ceilings. Lots of dirt flooring type living situations. So basic human needs are very different than what's happening in the San Diego area. And then just as I mentioned, just running water, we'll just talk about basic human needs. Creation, we need water, and over there it's not clean and it's hard to come by and it's expensive. So it's just another political ploy to hold that oppression, that oppressive power over the people. Now in this topic, I don't know what I don't know, so how can you guys help me is maybe help me if there's another angle that I can address in my topic, or something that maybe that I'm missing, or maybe there's an idea that you guys have that I'm not addressing. So any way I could help. The outstanding questions are more about how do we take this into action, so I can't help but witness with my own eyes some sort of similarities between the story of Lazarus and the rich man found in Luke chapter 16. So I could literally see with my own eyes the poor people in Mexico begging for scraps of food, basically, and the United States being too proud and arrogant to lend out a helping hand. Now that's a general statement. Obviously, there are a lot of people going back and forth between the borders, but as Christians, then what is the ramifications of loving your neighbor as yourself? Thank you all very much for listening, and I'll look forward to hearing your feedback. God bless.